in the thought process of, you know, our practice today. What are kind of some things we want to accomplish? Yeah, just really starting to prepare ourselves. So we'll start seated, whatever's comfortable, a nice crisscross position. Sometimes I like to put one of my feet on top of the other into like a half lotus. And from here, we're just going to take a couple of deep breaths in. So we're going to start with an inhale and an exhale. Inhale and exhale. For today's practice as well, I'm going to really try to incorporate our breathing into all of the flows and poses that we will be doing. But also feel free to go at your own pace, really listen to your body. You don't have to be kind of stretching as much as I do or as you see in the video next to you. Just really listen to your body, really be mindful of how it feels, and don't overdo it. Keep it at a nice, moderate stretch. All right, and we're going to start doing some shoulder circles. So as we inhale, we're going to circle forward with the shoulders. Inhale, it's up to our ears, and exhale, circle back down. Inhale, lift the shoulders up. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, circle down. Now we'll reverse it. So inhale, circle back and up towards our ears. Exhale, circle down, more forward. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. All right, kind of maybe shake those shoulders out a little bit, because next we're going to get into some twists. So we're going to take our right hand. So like inhale, raise the right hand up. Exhale, drop it onto our left knee. Try to get a nice, simple twist in there. And as you're inhaling, try to sit up a little bit straighter, really elongate that spine. Pretend like there's someone kind of pulling on your head with a string. So inhale, really extend, elongate, and exhale, try to even twist into the twist a little bit more. So go ahead and look over your left shoulder and just take a couple deep breaths here. All right, on an exhale, we can release that. And inhale, raise up the left hand, drop it over to the right knee. And exhale, start twisting into that twist. Elongating the spine. And exhaling, turning a bit more in if you can. And we'll just take a couple deep breaths here. All right, on an exhale, we can release that. And next we'll extend our legs out in front of us. And go ahead and just start doing more of a seated forward fold. So reaching out towards our toes. You can either place your hands kind of next to your shins, on top of your shins, whatever's comfortable. But just get into a nice, comfortable stretch. Stretch out those legs. And we'll go ahead and take a couple deep breaths here. All right, on an exhale, raise back up. We're gonna take our left leg, cross it over our right leg. Take our right hand, hug that left knee. We're gonna go and do another, a little bit more of a deeper twist. So feel free, if you are able to, you can even put your elbow on the other side of your knee and really feel that twist. And so again, as you inhale, elongate that spine. Exhale, turn your head over more, really get into that twist. See if you can even twist a little bit more. All right, on an exhale, release that, shake that out even a little bit. We'll take the other leg, so we're gonna cross the right leg over to the left. Take the left hand, hug that right knee, or place that elbow on the other side of the knee, and start to twist. Inhale, elongate that spine. Exhale. See if you can twist a little bit more with every exhale that you're taking. All right, on an exhale, release that, and we're gonna go into our butterfly position next. I know it's a little bit hard to see on my camera, but just place the bottoms of your feet together. Try and get your knees down kind of as much as possible, but whatever's comfortable for you. The more you practice yoga, the more flexible you'll become. Flexibility will come, but just try to get those down as much as possible. And next we're gonna kind of just more of a hinge. So try to keep your back as straight as you can, but just start to lower your chest down to your feet. You can even kind of walk your hands outward a little bit or keep your hands nicely placed on your feet, but just try to keep that back nice and straight and just hinge from the waist. We'll take a couple deep breaths here. All right, on an exhale, lift your chest back up. We're gonna extend the left leg out next to us, still keeping that right leg bent. And just go ahead and walk your hands out towards your leg or grab your toes. You can place your hand on the shin, whatever's comfortable right now, but just get a nice stretch in this leg. All right, on an exhale, release that. We're gonna switch on over to the other side, extending that right leg out, bringing that left leg back, kind of bent and inward, and go ahead and walk your hands out. Place your hand on your shin, your toes, just really whatever's comfortable. And just get a nice stretch in this side. All right, on an exhale, release, and we're gonna start standing up now. So we're gonna get into the more standing portion, the standing flows that I'd like for us to go through and try today. So kind of stand more at the front of your mat, more in the center of your carpet, kind of wherever you are. Really give yourself some room behind you. We're gonna go through this slow and kind of go through these flows like maybe one or two more times even after that. I'm gonna really match it with the breath. So try to follow along as best as you can. Really listen to your breath though. So if you're a little bit behind me or even in front of me, don't you worry, we will have some pause breaks to kind of come back together. But anyways, we're just gonna stand in a nice mountain pose. So just like your feet kind of about hip width apart. You can even just kind of have your hands relaxing out at your side. Roll those shoulders back. We'll take a deep breath in here together. And a deep breath out. And on an inhale, we're gonna rise our hands up. And exhale, we're gonna swan dive down. So kind of scoop your hands down. Keep that, try to hinge more from the waist. Into a nice forward fold. Inhale with a flat back. You can even kind of use your shins as a guide, but an inhale, bring it kind of up to a flat back. Exhale, bring it back to a forward fold. Now we're gonna go through that sequence again before I start adding a couple more poses to it. So on an inhale, we're gonna swan dive up, so really try to hinge from your waist. Hands all the way up. Exhale, swan dive back down into a forward fold. Inhale, rise up, get that flat back going, resting your hands wherever's comfortable. Exhale, back into a forward fold. One more time with that. Inhale, swan dive up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, back into our forward fold. And next, we're gonna walk our hands kind of back, or sorry, not walk our hands, excuse me, walk our feet back. So we end up in a down dog position. So in this position, just kind of put your feet back to whatever's comfortable for you. You can even play around with it, kind of whatever is really comfortable for you in this position. I sometimes even like to take my hands, so I'm really opening up my hands to my mat. I even sometimes like to point them a little bit outward so they're not just facing straight kind of towards my mat. You can kind of put them out to like a 45-degree angle or so if you're thinking about your middle finger. But the main purpose of this position is you just want to try to really push your bottom back. Try to keep kind of your upper body and all of this in line. Keeping this in line. I feel like you kind of look like an upside down V. If I'm going to explain this, you look like an upside down V. And so you also want to try to get your heels as far down to the ground as you possibly can. If you're not able to fully put your feet flat on the ground, that is okay. That, like I said, that flexibility will come in time, but just really play around with it. You can even kind of do a little one-legged down dog to try and stretch one out, go over to the other side. I know my lower calves have been a little tight lately, so I love doing this pose to really stretch them out. We're just gonna kind of play around with it a little bit. But on our next exhale, we're gonna exhale, kind of lower our body down into into a pull-up position or push-up position, excuse me. Lower the body all the way down and inhale, raise the chest up into an up dog position is what this is called. Inhale and then exhale. We're going to rise back up into our downward dog position. So we'll kind of float through that again a couple more times. So exhale, lower the body down all the way to the ground. Inhale, raise the chest up into a down dog or up dog, excuse me. Inhale, rise back up into our down dog position. On our next exhale, we're going to do it again. Lower the body down to the ground. And inhale, up dog position. Exhale, back up to down dog. And again, just play around with this position. On an exhale, we will lower our knees fully to the ground. So we're kind of in what's called a neutral table position. We're gonna untuck our toes if we're still having our toes kind of tucked underneath us. We'll untuck them, kind of put the toes together so the big toes are touching. Sit our bottom back. We're gonna take a child's pose together. You can either rest your head down. You can bring the hands in even more, whatever's comfortable for your body. But we're gonna take a nice inhale together. So inhale and exhale. On an inhale, we're gonna go back up into our nice neutral table position. And we're gonna do a couple of cat and cows here. So on an inhale, arch your back, lift the chest up. We're in cow. Exhale, circle the spine, lower, drop the head. We're in cow. Inhale, raise the chest. Really round out that spine. Exhale, drop the head. Drop the tailbone too, I should say. And cow. Sometimes for going between these, I even like to circle my body around. So like I'll kind of circle it towards the left. Inhale, open the chest up, raise the tailbone. Exhale, finish the circle towards the right. Drop the chest, drop the tailbone. Just some other variations for you to try whenever you feel like it. But inhale, doing a regular cow. Exhale, cat. All right, we're gonna go back to our neutral table position. We're gonna curl our toes underneath us again, and we're gonna raise it back up into our down dog position. Really trying to push our bottom kind of back, pedal those feet out. And on an exhale, again, we're gonna go through and drop the body in our push-up position. Inhale, raise the chest up, up dog. Exhale, raise back up into our down dog. And so next what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our left foot. You can either just step your left foot between your hands. Sometimes, well, what I actually like to do is lift up the left foot. So we're doing a single-legged dog. So inhale, lift the foot up. Exhale, drop it between our hands. And we're just gonna simply lift the body up on an inhale, making sure our shoulders are stacked on top of our hips. But so we're up in a nice lunge. Now, if how I am showing it is too deep of a lunge for you, feel free to adjust, bring your feet closer together. whatever's comfortable for you. But just taking a couple nice deep breaths here. On an inhale, we're gonna drop, it's not really drop that back foot, but we're gonna drop the heel so it's kind of perpendicular with the foot in front of us. I know it's kind of hard to see with how my camera is projected. But as long as you're just dropping that heel so it's perpendicular with the foot in front of you. Extend the hands out, kind of look over out towards your left hand, your left finger. We're in a warrior two position. And with this, also make sure you have your shoulders stacked on top of your hips. And take some nice deep breaths in through the nose. And out through your nose. On an inhale, we're gonna even reverse it. So you can use your back leg as kind of a guide. Don't put any of your weight on it. Just use it as a guide. Raise that left hand up above you. Just kind of look up. On an inhale, back to warrior two. And on an inhale, we're gonna take the back hand, place the back hand and put it up above us. We can either rest our elbow on our shin. You can even go a little bit deeper with the stretch, put your fingertips on the ground, or even use a block or something to rest your fingertips on. And just take some nice deep breaths here. And on an inhale, raise back up into warrior two. On an exhale, reverse it. Reverse warrior. Inhale, back up to warrior two. Exhale, bring it forward to that front leg. Inhale, back up to warrior two. Now on our next inhale, we can kind of cartwheel our hands back down towards that foot, lower down into a normal kind of forward lunge stretch. We can step our foot back to our right foot, and we can bring it back up into our down dog position. Now, if at any time, I did forget to mention this, but if at any time you need to, drop the knees, take a child's pose, feel free to do that. You can always come and join us whenever you're ready. But next, we're gonna inhale, drop the body down to our push-up position. And inhale, rise up into up dog. Inhale, back up into down dog. Next, we're gonna take our right foot, either step the foot between your hands or inhale, raise the foot up. Exhale, step it between our hands. Inhale, raise, excuse me, we did this sort of lunge first with that one. Just raise the body up, still facing forward. You can have your hands up. You can even put your hands on your hips, whatever's really comfortable for you. But just really try to focus on that balance. Adjust your lunge if it's too deep of a lunge for you. But on an inhale, we're gonna drop that back foot so it's parallel to the front. Bring the hands out in front of us, looking straight ahead at that front leading hand. And remember to keep the shoulders stacked on top of the hips. Okay, we'll take a couple deep breaths here before we get into that that little front and back flow. So on an inhale, exhale, on an exhale, reverse back warrior. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, bring it forward, back hand up on top. And again, you can rest your elbow on the knee, or bring it all the way down. Fingertips touching the mat. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, forward warrior. Inhale, warrior two. All right, on an inhale, you can either just place your hands back down or kind of cartwheel them forward a little bit. Sometimes I try to cartwheel them, but it doesn't work out, but bring it back into our forward lunge again. Hands flat on the ground. Step that forward leg back. Push your bottom back into our down dog position. Now, if you want to, you can take a child's pose here. If not, we'll go through that push-up flow again, where we'll exhale, lower the body. Inhale, up dog. All right, on an inhale, we'll push back up into our down dog position. And from here, we're just gonna walk our feet back up towards our hands, because we're gonna do, again, a little bit more of a standard kind of flow. Still stay in that forward fold position. But on an inhale, go into that flat back that we kind of did earlier from that one flow. Exhale, back into forward fold. Inhale, swan dive up, bring the hands up. Exhale, swan dive back down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, back, forward fold. Inhale, swan dive up. And actually from this swan dive, on an exhale, just kind of bring your hands together towards center. And next I'm going to face you, because what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of open the legs up about a little bit more than hip width apart. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of go into some triangle poses. Where is that one? Yeah, nope. Just kidding, that's not what I had next on the list. Sorry, guys. Anyways, we're going to do a forward fold, just kind of with our legs extended, so our legs out apart. So inhale, raise the hands up. Exhale, hinging from the hips. Swan diving down into a forward fold. So just kind of go into whatever's comfortable here. You can walk your hands like out towards between your legs behind you. But just really try to relax the head and the shoulders. You could even go towards one leg, towards the other leg. All right, on an inhale, you can raise your body back up and kind of shake all that out, because from here we're going to do a couple of balance poses that I have prepared for us. So we're going to start off with what's called the tree pose. And so I have 3 different variations for everybody. So what we're gonna start off doing is we're gonna keep our weight on the left foot. Go ahead and just kind of pop your right heel up and kind of, hey, you can't really see it with my camera. I'll just kind of back up a little bit. Just kind of pop that heel up a little bit. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna externally rotate the hip. And so this is level 1. If you're comfortable here, totally stay here. Level 2 is just lifting that leg up just below the knee. So really try to focus, stay grounded on that foot that has all of your weight on it. And if this is comfortable, feel free to stay just right here. Now level 3, go ahead and grab your foot and place it on the inside of the thigh. And now you don't want to like put all of your like force from the foot into the thigh. You kind of want to try to balance it out. And sometimes my thighs are too big that my leg just starts sinking down anyways. But try not to like put all of the force like into the balancing leg. But just anyways, whatever is comfortable for you and whatever level is comfortable for you. We'll take some deep breaths here. All right, and on an inhale, feel free to just release that, shake it out a little bit. And now we're gonna go on over to the other side. So again, start grounding yourself on that right leg. Pop the left heel up, externally rotate it. If this is your level, feel free to chill here. Level 2, go ahead, bring the leg up just below the knee. Level 3, grab that leg. And breathe in and out. All right, on an inhale, feel free to release that, shake it out a little bit. And next we're gonna go into a warrior 3 flow that I kind of found in one of my videos just the other day. So if you need something to help you with your balance, feel free to grab a chair, some blocks if need be, even like a table. It's nothing super, super difficult, but I feel like this will just be a fun balance challenge for all of us. So we'll start off slow together. I'm gonna start using my right foot first. And so on an inhale, we're gonna raise that right foot up, raise the hands up. And on an exhale, we're gonna just kind of hinge. So hinging at the hips, we've been doing a lot of that today. Bringing that back foot, or bringing that lifted leg back out behind me. And then how I like to help you to maintain my balance is to put my hands kind of spread out at my sides. So we're gonna exhale, hinge, and feel free to do what's comfortable in this position. So even if, say, like you're right here, this is all that you can do, feel free to chill here. The balance will come in time. The more you practice, the more you continue with yoga. But so when we're here, feel free to take a breath or 2. But then on an inhale, you want to bring that leg back up to how we started. And then exhale, we can drop it. Drop it back to our other foot. And so even with that, we're going to go on over to the left foot. So we're going to inhale, raising that left foot up, bringing the hands up with us as well. Exhale, hinge, bringing that chest forward also too as we're bringing that leg back. Take a breath here, and then on an inhale, hinge it back up to start. Exhale, bringing that left foot back to the right foot. And if you're using some yoga blocks even too, another good trick with when you're hinging, I can kind of show here too. But so inhale, raise, exhale, hinge, and using these blocks as just kind of a guide also for your balance, just by putting the fingertips on it. But I also think too, putting the hands out to the side is very helpful. And then if you have like a chair next to you, a little table, kind of whatever. Inhale, hinging it back, bringing that foot in front of us again. Exhale, back to start. And I don't know why too, every time in between these, I like to shake it out a little bit. So whatever's comfortable for you. I'll go through the left side again. Inhale, raising the leg up. Exhale, hinge. On an inhale, bringing it back to start. Exhale, finish. I think we'll do each side at least one more time. Super excited we're trying this flow. I know it might be a little bit difficult, especially if you're a first time yogi and joining me, but I appreciate the effort that everyone's putting in to try these poses with me. I love trying new poses. But anyways, we're gonna go through each leg one more time. So inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, hinge, bringing the chest forward. Take a deep breath here. On an inhale, hinge it back forward. And exhale, drop to finish. All right, one more on the left side. So inhale, raise the leg up. Exhale, hinge it forward. Nice deep breath. And inhale, hinge back forward. Exhale, back to start. All right. Good job, everyone. And I think from there, we're just gonna kind of sit back down on our mat, kind of bringing our, this is kind of like a new seated position that I'm gonna have us try. I'm actually not sure how I'm thinking about this one now. Actually, I think we're just gonna go into what's called a camel pose. So, so yeah, we're gonna kind of have our legs, we're gonna be like in a position like this on our knees. Kind of keep the knees even just like hip width apart. You can even curl your toes under you if you need to. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take our hands and try to press our tailbone kind of down. Try to bring the elbows kind of in together. So what we're ultimately doing is opening our chest up. And so, you know, when you're opening your chest up more, you just feel more confident when you walk and all that fun stuff. And confidence is always key, I feel. Even if you need to like roll your shoulders back a little bit, but really try to just open your chest up and just slowly start even leaning back a little bit. You don't have to lean back so far, but ultimately just trying to even get those elbows to kind of point outward behind us and just raise that chest up. You can kind of take a couple deep breaths here into whatever feels comfortable, but just ultimately really trying to stretch and open up that chest, open up your heart. All right, you can kind of come back to center and shake that out a little bit because we're gonna try it again just one more time, just to really open up that chest, stretch that out. So again, bringing your thumbs towards the back, towards your tailbone there. Try to push that down as you're bringing the elbows. Trying to point your elbows out behind you. And yeah, rolling those shoulders back, I feel kind of helps with this pose. But just to start leaning it back a little bit, getting kind of a nice stretch, opening that chest up and looking up towards the ceiling. All right, on an inhale, we can release that. Sit back down, we'll kind of switch on over to an actual seated position. And then, because what I like to do when I start doing my laying down my laying down sessions is I just like to roll back like a little egg. And so go ahead and roll around just a little bit, get that nice spine massage in there. Give yourself even just a little hug, bringing those knees in. And then so next we're just gonna extend out the right leg, keeping that left knee in. Cross that left knee over the body, looking out towards the left, extending out that left hand. We'll just take a couple deep breaths here. All right, on an inhale, bring that leg back up. Can bring the right knee back in. Extend out that left leg. Cross over your right knee. Look out towards the right. Extend that right hand out. All right, on an inhale, bring that knee back up to center. You can bring the left knee back in as well. Give yourself another good hug, even just a little bit of a rolling around. Again, massage that back. But then next, we're just gonna extend the legs out. Place your hands in a position that's comfortable to you. And we're just gonna lay here for a couple of breaths. And so we're gonna take a nice inhale together. So inhale and exhale. Feel free to close your eyes and just get comfortable. Get into a meditation sort of mindset with this. So really focus on your breath, focus on the surrounding, or focusing on the sounds around you. And like me, if you have an animal, they might be giving you some kisses sometimes. But just really focus on your breathing and the sounds around you. All right, you can slowly start kind of waking your body up, moving your fingers, your toes. Just kind of start like stretching out a little bit. This is kind of the part where it's like whatever's kind of comfortable for you for waking your body up after some slight meditation. And what I also like to do is bring my knees back into my chest and kind of swing my body back up into a nice seated position. So whenever you're ready, we'll just kind of, meet back in a nice seated position together. We'll take a nice one last breath together. So a big inhale and exhale. And how I like to end my practice also is I bring my hands together to my heart. And I just want to say thank you for joining me today. I know this wasn't a super beginner class, but I hope some of the variations and some things that I said, like, just kind of help you in the poses and as you move forward in your yoga practice. So thank you so much for joining me, and namaste. I know, I think the next workout is tomorrow at 10:30. I think it's a surprise workout with, I'm drawing a blank on who does the Saturday workouts, but you know what? I'm sure Dr. Elmer would know.
Yep, tomorrow, folks, we'll be here at 10 a.m.
Okay.
and Jenna will be leading the workout. So I'll go ahead and stop the recording. Thank you, Corey. And if anybody would like to say hello to Corey or provide any feedback, or if you have any questions, we'll be private here. So